In today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys the 5 habits that have completely changed my life. To my channel, if this is the first time you guys are seeing me, my name is Ruby. I'm a 20-year-old college lifestyle and beauty vlogger. So if you guys are new, I'm a biomedicine major. I'm a pre-med student. The purpose of my channel is to encourage, empower, and inspire, and I basically do that by sharing with you guys vlogs on my daily life, as well as videos such as this that I call content videos. If you guys love content videos as much as I do, make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up as you guys are watching this right now. I'll give you guys a few seconds. Yo. What? Yo. What is going on? So in today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys 5 habits that have changed my life completely, that has made me more productive, that has made me more successful, that has just changed my life tremendously throughout my college career. These 5 habits have made me more productive, have made me more motivated, has increased my success like tremendously. I'll pop my Instagram and my Twitter on the screen right here, as well as my Snapchat. I've been working very hard on my Instagram lately, trying to be more active on Instagram as well as Twitter. I'll post a couple of my tweets. I try and post like motivational stuff on Twitter so you guys can have like a little outlet if you guys are feeling down or if you're feeling unmotivated. You guys can just check out my Twitter and see a couple of my tweets. And Snapchat as well, because I basically vlog on Snapchat. So if you guys want like a more updated view of my life, you guys can follow me on Snapchat. Snap me if you guys are watching this right now, and I'll reply back to you guys and everything. I'll post your snap on my story, so make sure you guys snap me if you guys are watching this. Other than that, if you guys would like to hear the 5 habits that have changed my life tremendously, stay tuned. So the first habit I have for you guys is to simply wake up earlier. And obviously this is cliche, everybody always says wake up earlier. It is easier said than done, but this habit has changed my life to the extremes. Like literally the 2 or 3 hours that I've spent waking up earlier this past month has allowed me to do all the things that I've wanted to do that I just didn't have time to do throughout the day. This includes starting up my blog. If you guys haven't checked out my blog yet, you guys can check it out. I'll put a little clip of it on the screen. It's LavishRuby.com, and I'll be posting very frequently on there. I have a couple of blog posts already up, but if not for the 6 a.m. wake up challenge that I started last month, I would have not been able to start my website because it's a lot of work. Waking up earlier has given me time to really plan out 2 businesses that I am planning on starting up very soon. One you guys will be hearing about in my next vlog, and the second one I'm planning on launching in July, and it's geared towards students and lifestyle. So you guys can kind of guess where I'm going towards it, but I'm not going to officially announce it for a couple of more weeks. Even if you guys have work early, if you guys have class early, just give yourself 2 hours or 1 hour more, and I guarantee you guys, if you spend that hour to the best of your abilities, you will get so much more done. It's honestly ridiculous how much time is wasted from people that sleep in until 11 o'clock, noon. Like my body doesn't even allow me to sleep that long anymore, but I wake up at 6 a.m. The average college student probably wakes up at like 10, 11 o'clock. That's 4 or 5 hours that I use productively that you guys spent sleeping. Not 4 to 5 hours that I used to better my life, to be more productive, to get things done that you guys spent sleeping. And I say you guys as in the people that do wake up at 10, 11 o'clock. Looking back at if you guys see me looking down, I'm looking at my handy dandy bullet journal notebook. You guys have seen this several times before. In the beginning, obviously it was hard, it was a challenge for me, but as I continued to do it, it became a habit, and I literally do it without, like, my body wakes me up at this point. So it's honestly amazing. And there's another thing I'm able to do now that I wake up earlier is read more books. And reading books should be a habit on its own, but since there's only 5, I decided to include this into my waking up early because that's the time that I read my books. If you guys are new to my channel, one of my goals was to read a new book every single month. The first month I read You Are a Badass, How to Stop Doubting Your Greatness and Start Living an Awesome Life by Jen Sincero. I typed up a whole review on the book. I shared with you guys the 7 key takeaways from this book, the 7 like most important things that stuck out to me. I shared it with you guys on my blog, so if you guys aren't able to read this book, I highly do recommend it though. I highly do recommend you read the book. But if you know you don't have time genuinely to read the book, I summarized it in my blog post, so you guys can go check that out. I did that for you guys. That was my January book of the month. February book of the month was How Successful People Think. This is all about your mindset and how to basically change your mindset for a better lifestyle. So those are the 2 books that I've read so far this month, this year of 2018. I'll be sharing with you guys my March book of the month very soon in an upcoming vlog, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But waking up earlier does give me the time to read self-help books, and there is so many gems in self-help books, you guys. Like, literally it's called a self-help book because it helps you. Like, everything I'm able to do now that I wake up earlier is read my morning devotions, and reading my devotions sets the tone for a more positive day, and it just allows me to live a more positive life. And reading my morning devotions can easily be one of the top 5 favorite parts of my morning and of my day in general. It's something I've always wanted to get into, but now that I wake up earlier, I do have that time. If you guys want a video all on my morning routine and all the stuff that I do in the morning before 8 a.m. or just what I do in the morning when I wake up at 6, let me know and I'll film an updated video for you guys, because what my morning routine is now is completely different from the one that I filmed last semester because of all these new habits that I've incorporated into my life. So the next habit I have for you guys is specifically geared towards college students, and this is to study every single day. And I say every single day, and I mean every single day. I study 3 hours a day every day, regardless if I have an exam, regardless if I have a quiz, even if I didn't learn anything new. Mindset and this repeated task allows me to stay on top of my schoolwork. I haven't learned any new information yet. Say it's the day after an exam and we haven't learned anything new, I'll go ahead and read ahead of what I'm learning, and doing this allows me to stay on top of my schoolwork. I'm taking 22 credits right now, and they're all like very intense science courses besides my American Sign Language class. So I'm taking all those classes, 22 credits. I had to find a way in order to stay on top of my classes, and I did this by studying 3 hours every single day. So I took microbiology and anatomy and physiology today. When I get back to my dorm or go to the library or anything like that, I'll study 3 hours specifically on the stuff that I learned that day. I'll either go over my notes, write on my index cards, or I'll read ahead for the next time that we're meeting in class. Schedule in these 3 hours to study. I know that these 3 hours of my day are for my study. On Mondays and Wednesdays I study before class because I don't have class until late, so I study from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock. On Tuesdays and Thursdays I study after my classes are done because I have classes literally all day, so I study from 7:38 till 10 o'clock or 10:45, 11 o'clock. And I like to study in the library because it gives me a specific place to study, and it's like, I don't know how to explain to you guys, like I literally treat my studying times as a class. So I'll get up, get ready, and go to the library to study. The next habit I have that really changed my life is I set a specific day every week to just get my shit together, and I call this my GYST day. It stands for Get Your Shit Together Day. This is the day that I use to basically prepare for a week, make sure that I am very productive throughout the whole week. I plan out everything that I want to do, assignments that I have to complete, when I'm going to complete it, any exams that are going to be done, and I do this all in my bullet journal. I do weekly vlogs now. I always have one clip in my vlog of me preparing for my week by making my bullet journal, so you guys can definitely check that out, or you guys can check my blog post where I have pictures and stuff like that on the different spreads that I have, as well as just a basic like how-to guide for how to start bullet journaling. So I do that on Sundays or Mondays depending on if I'm on campus or not. Plan out my week. I stay on top of my hygiene, so that's the day that I whiten my teeth, that's the day that I do my face masks or anything like along that nature. So like Sunday's like my really chill day, you know. For me, a clear environment means a clear mind, so that's why I always try and clear everything before I go to sleep on Sunday night, or the first thing I do Monday morning when I get back to my dorm from the weekend. The next habit that really changed my life is by changing my mindset, and a book that I really want to recommend for you guys that really want to change your mindset and want to like shift your gears a little bit is the book that I'm reading this month. Well, was my book for February, and it was How Successful People Think by John C. Maxwell. It really just changed your mindset completely. I actually read parts of this book last year, and that's when I started really like saying, oh, I want to start reading more books, because this was literally the book that made me decide that I want to start reading more books. I actually just finished reading the book recently, but a few excerpts of the book that I read online that somebody actually quoted from a book review made me want to change my life completely. And one thing I decided to take away from myself is any sort of self-doubt. I decided to turn off that part of my brain that always questions whether or not I can do something. Anything I want to do, I'll write it down and start working on it. I decided to just shift my perspective of can I do it to let me just try it and see, you know. So obviously with this I will fail a couple of times, but I decided to change my mindset, like I said before, change my mindset from am I failing it or am I just learning, you know. Like if I fall down 5 times, I will get up 6 times, you know. So I basically just started to pursue things without too much judgment on myself. And too many times we have these ideas that I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Then you start thinking, can I really do it? And I decided to just completely erase that from my mindset. I erased all sorts of self-doubt. I erased all sorts of fear. I literally just made myself think like if I want to do it, I can do it as long as I keep trying. Obviously with this, since I am going out there and doing it, I will fail a couple of times, but I decided to use that word fail loosely and realize that it's not really failure, it's more of a lesson. So me continually doing things and making that next step towards my goal without that fear in the back of my head or that self-doubt in the back of my head has really sped up my implementation process and allowed me to reach my success a lot faster than a lot of other people, because other people will think about all the other things that they want to do, and that fear and that self-doubt will make them stop and question themselves, and all that questioning and that going back and forth with yourself can prolong your success days, months, weeks. Like it's literally like your mindset can help you propel to the next level. The final habit that I'm going to be mentioning in this video that really changed my life has to do with budgeting, finance, saving, making money. Like my money mindset has changed so much since when I started college, because you guys know I'm very big on budgeting, I'm very big on finance, I'm very big on saving and making money. I have a whole series on my channel called Money Mondays, but to be completely honest with you guys, freshman year I was getting allowance from my parents, and I wasn't getting a lot, but I was very grateful to get that. I was getting I think like $200 a month, which is really nothing. Like honestly, I wasn't able to work. I honestly have never had a job before. I started thinking of different ways to make money unconventionally. I have a whole video on my channel on side hustles that you guys can do in college. I have done maybe 6 of them. I think it was like 12 side hustles. I think I've done like 6 of them since I've started college. I started doing graphic design where I was making banners and logos for people. I was selling wigs for a couple of weeks. I started YouTube. had multiple businesses, Lavish Life accessories included. My YouTube channel has gained me a lot of money, but I'm always on the lookout for different ways I can make money. I've made so much money through apps. Like if you guys knew how much money I've made through apps, you guys will be so surprised. But I showed you guys in my Money Mondays videos. 2 of the main apps that I get money from is Dosh and Ibotta. I'll have the links to both of them in the description bar down below. $3,000 off of the first one, $5,000 off of the second one. I'll link them in the description bar down below for you guys to download right through my referral link. Basically, these apps not only give me money back from shopping, but you get paid for every referral. So it's honestly amazing. You guys download the app, and if you share it with 10 of your friends, you get $5 for each of the friends that you referred. So that's $50 right there. And obviously, seeing that I have a platform, I decided to make the most use of it. So finances, I started tracking my expenses, and tracking my expenses really shows me how much I'm spending on every month, and I highly recommend everybody do this. Like literally everyone should track their expenses so you guys can see how much money you spend on food, how much money you spend on Uber, that you know how much you spend now and how much you want to spend the next month. And that's budgeting. I have a set budget every month of how much money that I want to spend on certain things, and I save so much money, you guys. Like the amount of money that I save is honestly crazy, because I used to never, like I literally had $5 in my savings account all the way up until the beginning of sophomore year, because I think $5 was the minimum for Citibank. And I honestly didn't even believe in a savings account, because I was like, why would my money just be sitting in my account? And the amount of money I have in my savings account now is honestly, I'm so proud of myself, because I literally save so much more money than I spend now. So much more money. If you guys, I already have a video up on savings tips, so you guys can check that out if you guys have trouble with saving money. And I've just been very proactive on finding different ways to make money. You guys know that I'm always out for learning, so I literally search different ways to make money on YouTube, on the internet. Like I literally am always looking for unconventional ways to make money. I have a whole video out on 12 different side hustles you guys can do to make money while you're in college, while you're a student. So you guys can check that out if you guys need some ideas. I've literally done everything under the sun, like everything. And I'm still learning different things, still trying to find different ways to make money, because honestly there's so much money to be made, but I feel like people are just, I literally posted this on Twitter the other day, but there's so much money to be made. People are just complacent and content with mediocrity that they don't want to go to that next level. Like, you're making $10 an hour, you can be making $10 an hour with that job and have 3 different side hustles. Like, honestly there's somebody out there doing it, and you guys can do it too. Honestly, the fact that money isn't the root to everything, but just having that psychological safety, knowing that I have this amount of money in my bank account, if this goes wrong, I'm safe. If this goes wrong, you know, I'm safe. And just knowing that there's so many different incomes that I have that I honestly don't have to worry, and I don't have to wake up and go to a job every day, you know. So that's one thing I am very proud of myself about, and that's one habit that I'm going to continue doing forever. So, and that is one habit that I'm going to continue doing forever and ever and ever. Just always be proactive, looking at different ways to make money, because there's so much money to be made, you guys, and honestly so much money to be made, you guys, and I'm always just trying to learn and find different ways. So that's basically it for the 5 things that have changed my life completely in college. If you guys do any of these habits, let me know. If you guys are going to start doing any of these habits, comment that down below. I would love to hear you guys' story and your input from this video. If you guys are still watching this video, I want you guys to comment down below a rose, or you guys can just say rose in your comment. It'll be like a little inside thing for only the people that are Lavish Life loyal and made it to the end of this video. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I can't wait to see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.